coming up in a later session, Germany time this evening. The nations of the world have gathered in Germany for this Student Games, which has been a fixture on the calendars of universities across the globe for more than 6 decades now. This is the individual qualification of Group B in rhythmic gymnastics at these World University Games. Leading the way after Group 1 is Anastasia Simakova of Germany. But coming up, we are going to see some very heavy hitters, including the defending World University Games all-around champion in Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary, who is going to perform at the top of the order in this set. 2 years ago in Chengdu, Pignitsky signed the greatest exploit of her career when she won the all-around title at the World University Games. She was also the champion with the ball. And so far, the two-time Olympian has been having an excellent run here. She's ranked 4th in the all-around competition now. And that was after the first 2 apparatus, the first day of competition. So only about 1/3 of the field has completed their all-around final. We're about to see the second third perform. These are the officials who will be judging this competition. They hail from multiple continents. Judges have to pass a very difficult exam in order to judge at the elite level in rhythmic gymnastics. And this is the start list for this Group B. Fanny Pignitsky starting off with the club. She will be followed by the host nation and Margarita Kolosov, who will perform her ribbon routine. Keep an eye out on Aibata Yertekizi, 7th in the lineup as well. She'll begin with the club. She is currently 5th in the all-around standings. And down through the order, Lauren Groiniger of Switzerland having a breakout competition here as well. Groiniger in the top 6 after the first day. There's also Sofia Maffis of Italy. She was 8th all around after 2 apparatus and has also qualified for the final with the ball. Future fans and potentially future stars of the sport are in the crowd here today. They are clapping along, here to support teammates perhaps. There's Team Japan, their group did very well yesterday. They'll be performing later on tonight. We will begin with the reigning University Games all-around champion. 4th after the first day of competition, Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary takes to the carpet with the clubs.
Again, step, kick, kick, leap, kick, touch. Again, step, kick, kick, leap, kick, touch. Right, that connects with turn, turn, out, in, touch, step, step, kick, kick, leap, kick, walk, walk, walk. Right, let's do the whole combination facing away from the mirror. From the top, on 5, 6, 7, 8.
Performing to music from a chorus line, step kick, I hope I get it. And she hopes she gets it as well. Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary, who has looked, frankly, red hot so far at the World University Games. This is her competition. It all blended so well together in this routine. The cheeky nods to the music from a chorus line. And so many complicated maneuvers with this apparatus. 2.5 rotations in the penché position. A very nice sequence of fouette turns in passé position. It's a very exciting group, this. And here is a gymnast who is certain to have the crowd roaring in her international comeback after her 4th place finish at the Paris Olympics last summer. This is Germany's Margarita Kolosov. 5th with the ball in qualification yesterday. She is a true performer. What a routine. Margarita Kolosov of Germany, accompanied musically by Die Toten Hosen. And if you are a fan of German punk rock from the 1980s, certainly you know this group. They came from Dusseldorf, where coincidentally we are just about 30 miles away from. And Die Toten Hosen literally translates to the dead pants. They gained so many fans around the world. And so it's no coincidence that Kolosov has chosen to perform to them here. Fanny Pignitsky's score is in, and it's a good one, 27.9. That is the best number that we have seen from her yet. And she posted 2 very nice scores yesterday. To Ukraine now. The blue and yellow flying to welcome Polina Horokicza, 19-year-old from the Odessa region. She begins with the clubs. Polina Horodkicha to music from Queen. That is Innuendo. And that performance could really help her in the standings. Very nice turning leaps. Note how far the head goes back on that sequence. She has lovely flexibility, particularly in her back, and uses that to great effect, especially in the body waves. Some complicated tosses and catches in this exercise as well. It really never stops for her. You see the chaîné turns and then her reaching back into a kind of modified back walkover just at the end. Difficulty packed into that routine. Nervous wait now for Margarita Kolosov, who scores 25.45 with the ribbon. That's the second highest score that we have seen from her thus far.
Representing Austria, Valentina Dominik.
Austria represented here by the 2022 national champion Valentina Dominik Ozimic. Her best score yesterday was with the hoop. She starts off with the ribbon.
Nada parece interessante se não estamos juntos. Porque você parece tão entediada quando eu não estou perto de você. Fiz um museu particular pra cada expressão do seu rosto. Noite em claro derretendo, tempo, corpo, hora, santo, acrescento. Eu deixo por escrito, caso isso
Oh, wasn't that nice from Valentina Dominik Ozimic of Austria? The student at the University of Vienna. She says that rhythmic gymnastics is her biggest passion. Dominik Ozimic actually comes from Graz, the city that has produced a number of very successful rhythmic gymnast national team members who have competed at the World Championships. Collectively, they are known as the Graces of Graz. Valentina took up the sport at the age of 6 in that city. And in recent years, she has been training at the National Center in Vienna. Now combines that with the pursuit of her studies. Ukrainian representation here from Polina Horodkicha, who carries in 26.05 with the ribbon. That is the highest number that she has posted yet. 26.05 with the clubs even. Representing Japan, this is 19-year-old Mirano Kita, 12th in the all-around at the halfway point. And room to move up the leaderboard if she can give a good routine here. most impressive from Mirano Kita of Japan. Her coach lived every second of that exercise with her and clapped with every toss and catch of the clubs. Wonderful interpretation of Carmen from Kita. And as impressive as the throws were, what was really most enjoyable about this routine, potentially from a spectator standpoint, was the dance step sequences that she executed so well. Rhythmic gymnasts required to have dance step sequences of at least 8 counts twice in every routine. The score for Valentina Dominik Ozmik is 20.35 with the ribbon.
Next, the gymnast representing Netherlands,
Next up, representing the Netherlands, this is Barbara Gallik-Olsthorn. She will begin her day with the ribbon.
Oh, you get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it, wait. God help and forgive me, I want to build something that's gonna outlive me. What do you want, bird? What do you want, bird? When you say another bird, what do you fall for? I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
That's a well-delivered routine by Barbara Gallik-Olsthorn of the Netherlands. She is a trailblazer for her country. In 2023, she participated in the European Championships, part of a cohort of Dutch gymnasts that participated there for the very first time. Never before had the Netherlands sent anyone to the Continental Championships in rhythmic gymnastics. And they have several up-and-coming gymnasts who will assure that their participation continues at the highest levels. For Mirano Kita, her passionate Carmen routine brings in 26.55 with the clubs, and that is higher by almost a point than what she did with either the ribbon or the ball yesterday. So she is in a good way in terms of the standings. She might move up from the 12th place that she was in after 2 apparatus. To the woman who was 5th at the halfway point. Here is Kazakhstan's Aybota Yurtakizi, searching for a place on the podium. It is very clear that Aibota Yurtekizi means business at her second World University Games. She was ever so close to medals on multiple apparatus 2 years ago. And she has returned having really sharpened her routines, upped the level of difficulty as well. This exercise had it all. The difficulty, the execution, a little nod to fans of metal, and a wonderful artistic sensibility. The pivots, in particular, her opening penché, were just wonderful. How long she held that. Brilliant work. For Barbara Gallic-Olsthorn, the score is 22.9 with the ribbon. 3/4 of her competition are now complete. Making final preparations is Mena Millon of France, the French national champion this year. It's really quite amazing that Millon is here. She very nearly retired a year ago. She felt consumed by doubt about her place in the sport, but she convinced herself to stay in it, to give things one more season. And it's turned out to be one of the best, if not the best, of her career.
Next gymnast, representing France. Für Frankreich, please welcome Mena Millon.
The 10th strongest in the competition yesterday and the 6th best with the hoop. Here is French national champion Mena Millon, the 22-year-old who lives in Orléans.
Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. Oh, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know how to
Gymnasts just lead from the heart. And it's so evident in watching Mena Millon compete that that is what she is doing. To go back to her own statement about the doubts that she has conquered, she wrote on social media earlier this year, after winning the French title, all of these years I considered myself weak, eaten by fear of never being proud of myself again. I was scared of everything, especially myself, and part of me knew that I still had something to accomplish, but the other part was terrified to let those who were waiting for my downfall be right. They haven't been right, and she has courageously carried on and accomplished some of the most beautiful things that she ever has on a rhythmic carpet. Her resilience has indeed paid off.
And here we go, representing
This is the 8th strongest after the hoop and ball competition. And she was top 8 with the ball. Sofia Mathis of Italy, the 23-year-old, competed at the World Championships in 2019, begins today with the ribbon.
It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I could teach you, but I had to charge my milkshake. Bring all the boys to the yard, 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 yard. The best that we know. We run this mother.
Question, tell me what you think about me. I got my own diamonds and I got my own rings. Don't say we go sailing when I'm feeling on me. When it's all over, please get up and leave. Question, tell me how you feel about this. Try to come for me before you get dismissed. Been up on the corner and I pay my own bills. Always 50-50 in relationships.
She has proven herself to be one of the greatest chameleons in this field. Sofia Mathis of Italy has given us classical ballet, she's given us contemporary, and now she gives us a dance party. It's a very cosmopolitan style with the ribbon. In the choice of music, she brings it off beautifully. There's a lot of very unusual handling of the ribbon. All of it set really nicely with the music. This is an example of one of her risks. The risk, the toss, and the catch, and all of the movement that happens under the trajectory of the apparatus. It's also known as a dynamic element with rotation.
Alle Gymnasten ja dann nochmal in der fünften Rotation wiedersehen. Sophia Mathis war die 9. Gymnastik von 16. Komm, lasst uns alle mal in die Hände klatschen für die beiden. Klapp, 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 klapp.
Be some review happening, and it likely concerns the routine of Ménamion of France. She's still eagerly anticipating her score. Members of the Japanese women's group looking on. And that score is 23.15 with the clubs for the reigning French champion. Here is the 23-year-old from Chile, performing with the clubs now, Montserrat Urrutia, student at the Catholic University of Chile. Montserrat Urrutia of Chile in her first World University Games. She is 23 and lives in Santiago, the capital city. She actually competed 6 years ago at the World Championships in her first year of senior international competition. This is actually the first time she's competed outside of South America in about 3 years. She also spent a lot of time traveling on the World Cup circuit in 2022. For Sophia Mathis with the ribbon, the score is 25.6. The penalty of half a tenth likely comes from finishing a few beats behind the music. For every second the gymnast is off the music, they do get that penalty. An intriguing young competitor from Lithuania is Fausta Šostakaitė. 21-year-old lives in Vilnius, where she attends the Lithuanian Sports University. This is her performance with the ribbon. Coach absolutely loved that. A lights-out ribbon routine from Fausta Šostakaitė of Lithuania. She is her own choreographer. She composes all of her routines herself. There was some exceptionally creative work in this exercise. Some lovely manipulation of the ribbon, using both hands and feet. The tosses and catches, very secure. Exactly what you would hope for as a gymnast. The score for Montserrat Urrutia is 20.35 with the clubs. And that matches what she got with the ball the other day. Here is Portugal's entrant, Clara Paiva, a 19-year-old from Almada, a gymnast who has had great success both as an individual and as a member of the Portuguese group. She performs with the clubs. Clara Paiva of Portugal taking a lot of risk with many of the high throws of the clubs in that routine. And it's a risk that certainly appears that it's going to pay off for her. Actually, over the carpet in this arena is a fair amount of rigging for the lights. And some of the gymnasts have actually adapted their routines in order to keep the apparatus from potentially hitting the lights. But there was no problem for her in this exercise. There was the one out of bounds. That should be a penalty of 0.3 of a point for the gymnast catching the apparatus out of bounds, but she still will receive the difficulty credit for the risk on that. Meanwhile, Fausta Shostakaite scores 23.15 for her ribbon routine.
Gymnast representing Estonia, Christine Frey.
To Kristen Frey of Estonia, the 21-year-old has competed at the World Cup in Athens, as well as other events in Portugal and Romania over the past several years. She is now pursuing a degree at the University of Tartu. Performing with authority, Kristen Frey of Estonia. Some very good catches of the ribbon stick in that routine. One or two places where she had to modify the trajectory of her path under the flight of the apparatus, but she always got there in the end. Adaptation needed is one thing that gymnasts really work on in their training. Well done to her. For Clara Paiva, it is 21.45 with the clubs. And that is close to her highest mark of this competition. That came with the hoop. That was 21.5. To a gymnast who many are looking eagerly towards as a future star in Finland. This is Leia Kallio. She's just 17 years old, the 11th best in the competition after two apparatus. A very fun, happy style with the clubs from Leah Kallio of Finland. The flying Finn is soaring through this competition. Her breakout really came last month at the European Championships in Tallinn. She is also the reigning national champion in her country. She has an extremely good sports pedigree as well. Her uncle is Antti Fjällström, who won a world title in ice hockey and was also an Olympic bronze medalist. And there's an emerging sense of style to what she's doing. One of the wonderful things about the World University Games is how athletes from different nations really come together and exchange and have conversation. That is shown in that interaction with Kristen Frey, who scores 23.1 for her performance.
Representing Switzerland,
And speaking of breakout competitions, Lauren Groeninger of Switzerland ranked 6th all around after the hoop and ball competition yesterday and 9th with the ball. She has been extremely impressive. And with 2 more good routines today, she could really make a move into potentially the top 5 or even maybe the top 3.
Tonight's the night we're gonna make it happen. Tonight we'll put all other things aside. Give him this time and show us some affection. We're going for those pleasures in the night. I want to love you, feel you, wrap myself around you. I want to squeeze you, please you. I just can't get enough. And if you feel slow, I let it go. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I want you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
Ambitious and fast-paced work from Lauren Groeninger of Switzerland with the ribbon. She scored 26.45 with the hoop and 26.2 with the ball yesterday. But in this routine, we might see the number come down a bit. And the reason is, as good as most of it was, there were a couple of places where she had to kind of stop and do a mini reset. She covered it up very well. And certainly this was one of the highlights of the routine. The fouette pivots, wrapping the ribbon and unwrapping the ribbon around her body. The score is in for Leah Kallio, 25.4 with the clubs. That's a slight drop from what she was presenting yesterday, but only by a few tenths of a mark. She is well on course for a top 12 finish at the very least. From Canada, this is Pinrong Lee, student at the University of California in San Diego. She begins with the clubs.
Want me to love you in moderation? Do I look moderate to you? Sip it slowly and pay attention. I just have to see it through.
That is an immaculate set from Pinrong Lee of Canada. Her performance yesterday resulted in a 24.1 with the hoop, 22.65 after some small difficulties with the ball. But there were no large visible errors in this exercise. Interesting risk and illusion turn combined with 2 forward rolls. The change of level gets her some difficulty points. She also has some of the best butterfly jumps in the world. Meanwhile, Lauren Groeninger, the score indeed has come down 23.15 with the ribbon. That's a bit off what she was scoring yesterday. This is, of course, an all-around competition. All 4 scores will count towards the final total. She has delivered 3 incredibly strong performances. The Hungarian veteran Fanny Pignitsky, a 2-time Olympian and the reigning champion here, has only the ribbon left to perform with. She's been great so far, and this could get her onto the podium. No matter where she finishes, she really could not have given more. This is certainly the best 4 routine performance that Fanny Pignitsky has put together this year. And it bodes very well, not just for this competition, but for the upcoming World Championships in Brazil. After the Olympic break, she really opted to come back at her own pace. At the World Cups earlier this year, she sometimes had trouble maintaining the apparatus at the end of her routine, but that hasn't been a problem here at all. Wearing the national colors of Hungary, performing to a very Hungarian piece of music with the ribbon. She's chosen to honor her native land. Meanwhile, Pinrong Lee scores 24.1 for her performance. Here once more is Margarita Kolosov, the host nation favorite who just turned in a huge 25.45 with the ribbon. Clubs is the one apparatus she has left.
At the door and the beating of a heart that I hid beneath the floor. Oh, they've come for me, love. Save yourself, I am far beyond repair. They will bury me alive, but I'm not inclined to care. I'm too far gone now. Oh, so dry your eyes and count to 10. They'll have me on the pile by then. Forget the man I used to be. You move along more easily. So the scene begins. Your cries become the rain. A desperate plea best left unheard. Now I must finish what I started. Oh, I write a symphony for the departed. I have no time for second chances, so I survive on birth and blood and bad glances. So dry your eyes and count to 10. They'll have me on the pile by then.
How wonderful it is to see her back on the carpet, back doing what she loves. Margarita Kolosov of Germany being heralded by the host nation. This lovely attitude derrière position, one of the trademarks of her gymnastics. She's used it for years. She always puts everything she has into these routines. And if the overall performance here has seemed like something of a mixed bag, certainly there were small errors, particularly in this sequence, we should just remember that after finishing 4th at the Olympic Games last summer, she really has been out of international competition for quite a long time. But she is appreciated around the world. So is her gymnastics. 26.3 with the ribbon for Fanny Pignitsky. And that moves her into the all-around lead. 108.85 is the number that everyone else is going to be trying to beat. And so Pignitsky has taken over the lead from Anastasia Simakova of Germany. And that is a switch from the way the standings were at the end of day one. Now performing with her best apparatus, Polina Horokhicha of Ukraine. 14th all around at the beginning of the day. She was good with the clubs. She can be better with the ribbon. A scintillating performance with the ribbon by Polina Horodkicha of Ukraine. She was 19th at the World Championships in 2022 with this apparatus. It was the only apparatus that she performed there. Ukraine has such a bevy of young competitors and very, very good ones in rhythmic gymnastics. To be selected as an apparatus specialist to perform at the World Championships is an extraordinary achievement. Speaking of extraordinary achievements, Margarita Kolosov earns 24.2 with the clubs. That is the 6th best that we have seen so far. And let's have a look at the standings in the individual all-around final. Fanny Pignitsky in the lead. It is time for the final exercise of Austria's Valentina Dominik-Ozimic, a national champion in her country. This is her exercise with the clubs.
Come at me. Yeah. Come at me. Come at me. I don't wanna fight, but I will though. Straw man, what's the plan? You for real, bro? I'm not afraid, I'ma show you how I feel. So if anything, you never say I didn't, keep it real though. Got my eyes on you. What you really wanna do? What you wanna do? How's it gonna be? Come at me. So long I've been watching you wasting your time, but I won't bow down for you. For too long I've been watching you wasting your time, and it all comes back to now. And I know that this seems like a threat, but you can't. Come at me.
What an excellent World University Games it has been for Valentina Dominik-Ozimic. She has performed right up to her potential. And she can leave here feeling very proud of herself, especially for this routine. It was really the full package. She says that she has a lot to thank rhythmic gymnastics for. She says that through the sport, she's learned to pursue her goals consistently and purposefully. And you should be rewarded by the success of your training. It looks like she is reaping that reward. Polina Horodkicha scores 26.15 with the ribbon. That is the 4th highest number of the day. So we may well see her in the apparatus final. With this, she is indeed a ribbon specialist. The final performance now of Murano Kita of Japan. It comes with the ribbon. This is a very special routine. There are certain exercises that give you a sense of the epic. And this routine with the ribbon performed by Murano Kita of Japan is one of them. It's a routine about springtime, about the blooming of the cherry blossoms, and also about the concept of things that don't last forever and the melancholy that comes with that. Beautifully interpreted. Now to Valentina Dominik Ozelik's score, 22.25. That is the highest score she has had at these games. What a wonderful way for her to finish. For Barbara Gallic-Olsthorn of the Netherlands, her all-around placement will be determined by this routine with the clubs. Barbara Gallic-Olsthorn of the Netherlands, a gymnast whose ascension began when she captured the Dutch junior national title 6 years ago. A trailblazer for her country and someone who is coming more and more into the forefront. She just performed at her second European Championships in Tallinn, after being one of the first Dutch gymnasts ever to compete at the continental level in 2023. For Murano Kita, 25.35 is her score with the ribbon. And that ranks her 4th in the all-around standing so far. It also provisionally puts her into the final with the ribbon. There is one more subgroup still to come. An important routine coming now for Aybota Yurtakizi of Kazakhstan. We've already seen Fanny Pignitsky make a jump up the leaderboard. Could she follow suit? It is possible. 5th after the first day of competition. She was fantastic with the clubs earlier. This is going to be important if she's to challenge for the podium.
Winter's misery of the coming war. Gloria Recalli, he's still standing forever.
Regali, interpreted by Aybota Yurtekizi of Kazakhstan. It's been 2 years since her last appearance at the World University Games. She has returned to this event looking so strong and prepared. And she showed that with every routine that she has done. This was fantastic. Look at the way that she changes levels, and to do a risk just before the end. It takes real guts. It's a risk that's going to pay off for her. 22.35 the score for Barbara Gallic-Ulsthorn with the clubs. And her competition with that is complete.
22.350 points. Applaus für die Niederländerin.
Now, what of Mena Millon of France? She is certainly within the top 10 with just one routine remaining.
Lasst uns alle mal die Hände klatschen. Auf geht's! Here's the score. Barbara Gallic-Ulsthorn, 25.650 points, 106.9 points. Third place in the overall ranking. Great competition.
The score is in for Aybota Yurtekizi. It's 25.65 with the ribbon, and that puts her firmly in contention to make the apparatus final. But more than that, it also places her third in the all-around going forward. To the French national champion, Mena Millon, and her final performance with the ribbon. Passion, dedication, and above all, resilience. Those are the things that have made up Mena Millon's performance here at the World University Games. Those are the things that she carries with her. And, well, we are just so glad that she decided to give it one more year. It has led to some of the best performances and the best results of her career. She has thrilled the crowds here in Germany, and we will see her again in the apparatus finals, at least with the hoop, regardless of where she falls in the all-around. Final routine impending now for Sofia Maffis of Italy, who has presented so many different characters on the carpet throughout these games. Let's see what she brings with the clubs. There is such theater to her work. Sofia Maffis of Italy has shown us so many different styles, so many different characters in the 4 routines that she's presented here. She competed on the World Cup circuit last year, and she actually has experience going back 6 years on the international competition floor. That just a small error. Very nice overall. For Mena Millon, it is 24.15 with the ribbon to close out her competition. She is currently ranked 11th in the overall standings. We move now to Montserrat Urrutia of Chile. She lit up this arena with her performance with the clubs. High energy gymnast. Montserrat Urrutia of Chile. She was in the top 12 in the all-around at the Pacific Rim Championships last year. She represents the Catholic University of Chile here, as well as the Club Deportivo Claudia Huerta in her native Santiago. Good split positions both on the penchés as well as the turning leaps. 3 of them done in a row, all while keeping the ribbon moving. Sophia Maffis earns 25.6, with the clubs matching the number that she got with the ribbon earlier. And that means that we may well be seeing her again in the club's final. And that puts her into provisional 5th place in the all-around. Here once again is Fausta Šostakaitė of Lithuania, who will be rounding out her World University Games with the clubs.
You know they're out there, don't you?
Always such interesting choreography from Fausta Šostakaitė, who clearly gave it her all throughout her competition here. She is studying coaching systems at the Lithuanian Sports University. Numbers in for Montserrat Urrutia, 21.85 with the ribbon. How nice for her to close out these games with her highest scoring apparatus. A single performance remains in the qualification even of Clara Paiva of Portugal. Clara Paiva of Portugal finishing off with the ribbon. That was stirring from Clara Paiva of Portugal. She is a student at Nova University in Lisbon, studying agricultural and industrial technology. As a gymnast, she has flitted from individual competition to group competition and back, which is not easy whatsoever. The gymnast needs an entirely different skill set in order to be successful as a member of the group. But she has represented Portugal in both of those domains and done very well for herself. 22.45 is the score for Fausta Shostakaite with the clubs. And she will almost certainly end her competition in the top 25 amongst the students of the world. Now to Kristen Fry of Estonia. Her final routine is with the clubs. Kristen Fry of Estonia. In terms of trajectory, the movement of the gymnast under the flight of the apparatus on the throws and catches, it was not as precise a routine as it might have been. Very good snap in her fouette turns with leg extended. Fouette, of course, meaning whipped in French. Some lovely expression from her, but often she did have to modify the way she moved under the flight. 22.8 is the score for Clara Paiva of Portugal. Now to the flying Finn, Leah Kallio. 17-year-old student at the University of Lapland, making a bid for a top 10 finish at her first World University Games. She could do it with this exercise. Oh, some difficult moments in that exercise for Leah Kallio. Apart from this, she has had a wonderful World University Games debut. The 2 clear drops of the ribbon are going to set her back a bit score-wise. This was the first when it came on the penché pivots, and that will impact her difficulty, as well as the execution deduction that comes from having to take a step or two. This was a bigger problem, however, because she's going to lose out on the difficulty of the skill as well as the execution deduction of about half a point. And then there was a further error right at the end of the routine. If they want to, the judges will be able to take a full mark deduction because she just did not quite have control of the ribbon. That one is a bit tenuous, so we'll see what they do with it. But this is certainly not the last that we have seen of her on the international stage. She has such great potential. Kristen Fry scores 21.6 with the clubs.
Viel Erfolg wünschen wir jetzt der Schweizerin, die jetzt auf die Fläche kommt. Representing Switzerland, Lauren Gröninger.
Lauren Gröninger caps off her all-around competition with the clubs. A complex way to end for the 18-year-old from Alpenzell, Switzerland. Let's see how she manages. Now that is the Lauren Gröninger that we saw on day 1. She had difficulties in her first performance with the ribbon, but what a redemption with the clubs. The music, El Combanchero by Lucy Arnaz. And the combinations very well mastered from the young Swiss gymnast. She's the reigning national champion in her country. She won that title back in April. As a junior, she competed at the European Championships in 2022. Leah Kallio earns 22.2. That is the lowest mark that she's had by some margin here, but it still certainly ensconces her in the top 20 in the all-around. The final performer in this second subdivision is Pinrong Lee of Canada. And as is customary in a rhythmic gymnastics competition, she ends with the ribbon. A silky smooth ribbon performance from Pinrong Lee of Canada. A gymnast who made an apparatus final at the Pan American Championships in Asunción, Paraguay earlier this spring, and someone who is just beginning to set out for Canada on the World Cup and World Challenge Cup circuit. She finished in the top 30 in Portimao in Portugal earlier this year. Born in Chinese Taipei, she now resides in Canada. And for Lauren Groeninger, it is 25.8, with the clubs a very impressive number. And a great way for her to cap off the all-around final here in Germany. So the only score left to come in is that of Pinrong Lee of Canada. Here is the qualification with the clubs as things stand. Fanny Pignitsky, Anastasia Salos, and Aibota Yertekizi, the top three with that apparatus right now. Commiserations to Leia Kallio, just missing out on the 8 gymnast cutoff. We do have one more subdivision still to come. For Pinrong Lee, the score is 24.2 with the ribbon. And what that means is we are 2/3 of the way through the individual all-around final. These are the standings with the ribbon. Anastasia Simakova of Germany still in the lead there, but Fanny Pignitsky will almost certainly make the apparatus final. And we can tell you that Fanny Pignitsky currently tops the standings in the all-around as well. The World University Games champion from 2 years ago, leading the way at the 2/3 mark of this individual all-around final. Currently also on the podium provisionally, Anastasia Simakova of Germany and Aibota Yertekizi of Kazakhstan. No doubt both of them will be watching what unfolds in the 3rd and final subdivision, which is going to get started in just a few moments' time. We do hope that you will stay tuned for that. It is going to be very exciting, the conclusion of the all-around. Let's have a look back at the highlights from Subdivision 2.
Things won't always go the way you expect, but overcoming challenges is part of the give and take. Your time is now. When passion goes through you, become your own hero.
Patricia, tu peux... Ouais, voilà.